Hello everyone! I have some really exciting news for you all today, as I am not only aware of the precise date for the next episode of Boom's Skibidi Toilet series to get released, but I also know some really interesting details of what it's going to look like. And some of these details that I've got were just crazy, and they surprised me a lot. So keep in mind that this video is going to be a pretty wild ride. And to tell you even more, today you will learn not only every single one of the secrets that I received, but pretty soon you'll also get another video dedicated to the very special topic that will simply blow your mind. Now get your tea and snacks ready, and prepare to watch this video to the end, not to miss the most interesting information that I've prepared for you today. Let's go! I told you in one of my previous videos that I expect Boom to drop the next episode without some prior warming up in order to heat up our level of interest and tension. But as it turned out, a few days later, Boom still decided to go the safe way. So we actually have the fresh information about the upcoming episode after all. And this time Boom decided to target two other Skibidi creators who are of Russian origin, and their channel names are Armhov and Fordel. And before he has done that, he also got in touch with some other Skibidi creator and told him one bit of exclusive information regarding the next episode as well. But I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, so watch this video to the end not to miss it. And just as Boom loves staying in touch with multiple Skibidi YouTubers, I also like keeping the special bond with you guys. So if you like the idea of chatting with me directly and learning some special info just for my subscribers, then don't forget to go to my Discord channel after you'll finish this video. I've got plenty of interesting stuff for my subscribers in there, so keep that in mind. But now let's get back to the video. So Boom was generous enough to not only provide Armhov with multiple spoilers for the next episode, but also allowed the guy to ask him a few questions, which Hov surely did. And thanks to that, we have finally received some new cool material to talk about. And let me warn you beforehand that we have been revealed a crazy ton of stuff, and you're going to learn the deepest secrets of the next episode. And now let's move to the first detail I've got. And as we will proceed, we'll be doing that, just step by step. And the first thing that was asked by Hov to Boom was why didn't he release a new episode for so long? So that Boom answered pretty much the same info I was suspecting in my previous videos. And to be more precise, that he was quite exhausted after the mind-numbing 71st episode and took a little break. But the half of the next episode is already done, and there's just a little more time that he needs to release the full episode soon. There were 11 questions that were asked to Boom as a whole. And the first one was, will we find out in episode 72 where exactly did the Titans fly to? And Boom has answered that it will be actually revealed in episode 73 only, which means that the Titans won't even be shown up to us in the next episode, and that instead the plot will be focused on something else. And it seems like my prayers have been finally heard, and that we'll be focused on the lore part of the series instead of action. And that's why the Titans are going straight to episode 73, where I believe they will fight G-Man. But in episode 72, we'll learn something more about the secrets of the series that are still remaining unsolved. The second question from Hov to Boom was, is it true that the container actually has something of great importance? And the Boom's answer surprised him a lot, as he actually told him everything that was inside. Boom said that the container had the last unfinished project of Skibidi scientist, and that apparently it's some sort of device, although which one it is, we weren't actually told. Which captured my attention right away is the word unfinished, which means that it's really hard for us to assume what stage this project is currently in, and whether we'll actually get to see it in action soon or not, considering in what hectic Skibidi helicopters carried this container away in the end of episode 71. I would suggest that this mysterious device still has some time to work on before putting it in action, and that's why it probably won't appear either in episode 72 or episode 73. Some people also suspect that it was containers specifically that the Astro toilet from the end of episode 71 was searching for. Although if you watched my analysis, then you probably remember how I thought that the Astro toilet was lurking for the remaining recordings from the cameras of cameramen that almost passed away. But I believe that we're going to reveal this mystery anyway soon. The third question was, what's with this enormous number of lasers that G-Man gets as his upgrades with every new appearance in the series? And will G-Man get some other upgrades? This thing has already become a huge meme in the fandom of Skibidi toilets. And I am sure that you guys are well aware of it as well, because it's pretty hilarious. And to answer this question, Boom simply said that he's not going to reveal the new upgrades of G-Man for now. which gave me an idea that probably the deal is not only about the upgrades, because what if we'll also see some real new capabilities of G-Man? It's time for our Jimmy to man up, which he already did in episode 71. And I believe that the process won't be stopped there and he'll become even more Chad-like and cool. And the fourth question was one of the most exciting for me of all, because Hav asked Boom about the hottest topic, the answer for which we were all craving for. The question was, will Plungerman and the Dark Speakerman ever return to the series again? And the Boom's answer seemed extremely weird to Hav, as the creator of Skibidi series has said, well, I think so. And it surprised Hav a lot, because why would Boom give such a detailed answer to the question about the container's secrets, for example, but answer so vaguely about this burning question at the same time? But to tell you honestly, guys, I know exactly why would Boom answer in this exact way, and now I'll tell you about it. Do you remember my theory about how Plungerman is about to return at the very end of the series as the potential main character for the sequel of Skibidi series when the original season will actually end? So what if my theory is, in fact, pretty close to the real answer, and Boom is planning to return or to reintroduce either Plungerman or both Plungerman and his bro Dark Speakerman once again, and the roles that they'll be given are about to be really special? And that's why Boom's answer was so vague. And besides that, Hav has also mentioned how he didn't specify in his question to Boom whether these characters return as full functional characters or simply in forms of references. But I'm pretty sure that Boom will give these Chads back to us not in a form of mascots, but of full-fledged characters. My guts are telling me this. And if this theory is actually true, then the phrase from the puzzle that was partially sent to multiple creators myself, included before the release of the third part of episode 70, which sounded like, "This is the end for someone," was actually referring to Skibidi Scientist. And now it's time to cover another 3 questions that Hav asked Boom about. So let's go. And the 5th question was connected to the exact number of Astro toilets, as there were not many of them shown in the whole course of the series. We saw only 3 types of Astro toilets so far, which were the UFO toilet, the Astro Guardian, and the leader of Astro toilets, who we saw at the end of the first part of episode 70, and also in the first secret scene that was added by Boom in the compilation of all episodes for season 23. So, to the question, will there be more Astro toilets shown in the future episodes of the series, or their number will freeze at 3? Boom has simply answered yes. And to be honest with you guys, I was expecting a more detailed answer from him, but on the other hand, it's quite understandable why he doesn't want to share all of the secret cards up his sleeve before the release of the next episode, because as the secret agent from the end of episode 70 used to say, some things have to remain secret. And interestingly enough, the other Russian Skibidi creator called Fordell asked pretty much the same question, but it was articulated a bit differently, so that how his conversation with Boom sounded like, "Are there plenty of Astro toilets? There are enough of them." And it gives us the idea that Astro toilets have quite a lot of soldiers in their fraction, and I liked how Hav compared Astro toilets with TV men in that sense, while saying that we haven't been shown a lot of TV men as well. But each one of them proved to be really powerful and essential for the Alliance forces. And the 6th question from Hav to Boom was about Astro toilets as well, and it sounded like, will the ordinary Skibidi toilets be in the background of the new plot arc of the series? And will Astro toilets and the secret agent take their places in spotlight instead? Hav said he was motivated to ask this question due to all the mysterious phases from the secret agent how the new threat is coming, and some other mysteries connected to Astro toilets, as well as Skibidi Scientist, aka the leader of the Skibidi army, has already gone at this point. And that's why the threat of Skibidi toilets simply vanishing as species and getting replaced with Astro toilets instead seems to be very valid now. And in response, Boom has said something pretty vague again, which sounded like, rather yes than no, but not really. That sounds rather confusing, don't you agree with me, guys? But it still is pretty encouraging towards the Skibidi toilets, because it means that, as a species, they're not going away anytime soon, but other fractions and characters will just move onward in terms of the series' plot instead. And also don't forget about the mysterious device, which was Skibidi Scientist's last unfinished project. I believe it will be put into use by Skibidi toilets sometime soon, and that is another reason for them staying in the series for sure and not vanishing in the thin air or something like that. Hav suspected that Skibidi toilets will stay alive with G-Man as their leader, although I think that it seems more plausible to me that G-Man will get avenged by Titans and Titan TV Man specifically for everything that he had done to the Friends of the Alliance. So the Skibidi army will probably get some other leader soon. What do you guys think of that? Write your own theories about this in the comments below this video, and I'll be very interested in reading them. And the last 7th question that was asked by Hov to Boom sounded like this: will we ever see Simp Cameraman again? And the Boom's answer was, it's possible. And oh my God, guys, it seems like my prayers were finally heard by Skibidi Jesus once more, because I was waiting for these words to be dropped for such a long time already. Honestly, I've got an idea of making a separate videos about all the old characters of the series that were implied by Boom to get back in the upcoming episodes. So be sure to subscribe to my channel not to miss this video, because Simp Cameraman alongside with Plunger Man and the Dark Speaker Man are not the only ones that were mentioned. So keep watching this video to get all the crazy reveals that I've got. That were all the questions that Hov had in store for Boom. And damn dude, thank you so much for getting these priceless glimpses of new information for us. But there is still another creator who also got to ask Boom some cool questions, and his name is Fordell. So let's revise the material from him now. So the first question from Fordell was regarding no other than Mecha Scientist Cameraman, who is one of my favorite characters in the entire series, who I was predicting to return for another long time. I even have a video solely dedicated to this mechanic Chad on my channel, where I told you his story. So check it out in case you haven't seen it yet. And it's also pretty logical for me to assume that when this Chad will appear in the series soon, it will happen alongside with Detective Cameraman, who we were shown in the secret scene added by Boom at the end of the full version of episode 70. I feel like these two will have plenty to do together, so we'll see whether this prediction of mine will come true or not. The second question that Fordell asked was really important as well, because he asked, does the secret agent have a real body or not? And in response, Boom has said, probably. This dude is seriously messing up with our curiosity. It seems to me like he tries to keep the most important details as covert as possible, although I think there were several clues in the series that he may appear in the material world as well. For example, in episode 62, where he interacted with the POV cameraman by throwing the protective earphones to him, which he wouldn't be able to do if he was a ghost. The third question that Fordell asked was, will the action in Skibidi series ever take place in space or on water? And to that, Boom replied, everything is possible. And I'm absolutely sure that the technological side of Skibidi universe will get developed even more and become more advanced. And when the time for Astro toilets to show up in all their might will come, the action will definitely get transferred into space, which is, by the way, yet another prediction that I voiced out for a pretty long time at this point, and I'll be very excited if this will also come true. And in terms of water, I believe that this idea came to Boom as a reference to one of the multiverses, because in episode 17 of Dom Studios' Multiverse, we saw an underwater Skibidi base. Why is this important though? Because the main Skibidi base where Skibidi scientists got finally defeated was actually going deep underground. So what if in the future episodes we will see another Skibidi base that is going to be hidden underwater this time? I believe that Boom can start enlarging the map of his Skibidi Toilet series even more. And that's why there is a possibility for us to see plenty of new locations soon. At least that's what I think. The fourth question was, will Titan Speakerman get new upgrades? To which Boom answered, you known. There are different speculations about this answer, but honestly, I think that there is an option for our little Titan to not even receive any upgrades at all, despite the fact that he's never gotten any during the course of the series. Why? Well, because I think that he's pretty damn cool even without them. And if he'll get upgraded, he can be simply way too overpowered, but that's just my opinion, of course. And the final question from Fordell and the following answer from Boom simply made me lose my marbles. The question was, will we ever see the kitty toilet again? To which Boom said, it's possible. Let me tell you no more that I was just remembering this little guy in my video about the most underrated characters in the series. Is this a coincidence? Well, I don't think so, because I'm just that good of foreseeing the future. And that was all for today. Don't forget to give a like to this video and subscribe both to my YouTube and Discord channels. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!